Welcome back to the Bears Sports Network. Aaron Cox alongside men's head coach Everick Sullivan. Coach, a little bit better of a conversation we get to have this time around. Yeah. A runaway win for you guys, a 96-67 win over Coker, in which a lot of things went right, and you knew it because a lot of your bench got to get in the game as well. So what's sticking out to you after a big game like this?
It was a much-needed win, and just in terms of confidence and in order to kind of catapult us on to the next game. We just needed to get one. At this point in the year, everybody knows what everybody's schemes are and what they're going to do and kind of personnel. So I told them it's just going to come down to focus. We had to have a mindset. We had to have some determination and some grit. And the guys came out and responded. It was a total team effort, although we had, Darion and Jarvis leaders scoring-wise. I thought the focus on the defensive end from the very beginning never allowed Coker to get into their rhythm. But they're an athletic team, very good at pressing their style. Is very demanding and can weigh its toll on you, have a toll on you. But our guys did a good job of just handling that pressure.
It seemed like you were making, or your team was making, a very concerted effort early on to get to the rim, passing up some wide open threes, especially Chambers and everybody else. And I'm sure that's something you've been working on at practice.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that, Aaron. We've talked about that. We want to get paint touches. We want to get our shots off of paint touches. Teams are playing us and taking away the three-point shot. So we got to do a better job. We got to be more committed to get into the lane, kick it out, and that's where we can get our shots from. And also be determined to have ball-strong drives where we can get to the rim. So that's something that we continue to work on. We have to improve at. We don't have a true back-to-the-back post player that we can just throw it in and work off. Phil gave us some great minutes, but I think we got to get our points in the paint, our points inside off of driving the basketball. So they did a great job.
Well, and that's when you have, obviously, these big offensive games. You're getting points inside, and then the threes did come later on. You guys went 15 of 32 from downtown. Calhoun, the big one, knocking in 5 en route to getting 20-plus points. So the threes were even there as well for you tonight.
Yeah, balance is such a hard thing for us to get on a consistent basis because, we're not multi-dimensional per se. So we have great skill guys who can really shoot it. We're not maybe the most athletic team, but we're crafty. We know how to use angles, very smart, great IQ. So it's just about working on it and trying to continue to improve. It's never too late to get better. We go into every practice. At this point in the year, where our bench is not very deep, so we can't practice for a long time. We got guys that just can't practice for the duration of 2 hours. So we go a good hour. We try to get right to the point, and we just try to work on where our weaknesses are.
You mentioned how desperate you were. Maybe desperate is a strong word, but how much you needed.
It was desperate.
Fair enough.
It was definitely desperate.
How much you needed, not just a win, but a really good win like this. And so how much do you take away from a game like this? Is there any kind of a carryover momentum-wise, or is it just maybe a little extra energy in your step when practice rolls around next time?
It's definitely feel good. Anytime you win, it makes you feel really good inside. All right, it brings guys together. Nobody really likes to lose, but losing does give you an idea of how guys handle adversity. And I think our guys, a testament, our guys have handled losing 4 games in a row very well in terms of how they've approached the next game. So we get an opportunity. What we said in the locker room before the game was hit the reset button. All right, we got to hit the reset button. We got to go back, and we get a chance to start all over again. So tonight, that was our mindset. We had a special guest come talk to us, and she gave us a little bit more motivation, and the guys came out and responded.
This also gets you back over 500 in conference play, a big conference win. You guys are now 9-8. Coach Pate for the ladies team had mentioned she's already kind of looking towards that conference tournament, which is less than 3 weeks away. Is that something that you've eyeballed coming up yet?
We just focus on the next game. We have to get into the conference until somebody tells us we're locked in. That's when we can focus on maybe who we're going to positioning of the standings. But right now we're just trying, because it's such a clutter in the middle. I think it was 4 teams or 3 teams tied for probably 4th, 5th, 6th place or something like that. So anybody can get you on any given night, and that's why you cannot look ahead. The South Atlantic Conference is probably one of the top conferences in the nation, and every night is a war. If you check the scores tonight, maybe somebody has not came to play, and you take a L. So we're locked in on the next game. They did a great job. I hope they enjoy it. It'll lift our spirits. It'll give us a little bit more pep in our step, and we needed that.
Oh, for one game, a lot of things going right for you tonight. A 29-point win over Coker College. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Once again, final score, 96-67. The Bears with a doubleheader sweep tonight, as the women also won earlier tonight here on the Bears Sports Network.